Welcome guys. So today we're going to learn how to filter our data in Microsoft SQL Server. And filtering simply is selecting rows of data based on a particular condition. Selecting rows of data based on a particular condition. The previous video we did ordering. We said ordering is arranging your data based on a particular order or pattern. Okay. Today we are doing filtering, which is selecting rows of data based on a particular condition. For example, this is the data that I have. So if I'm just making a copy of this. If I want to find out all the male employees of this organization, so let's say male employees, I just want to get the male employees from this. Okay, so the query is very simple. We have selected these variables from dim employee. We are now saying where gender, because that's what we're considering, where gender is equal to male. Where gender is equal to male, because that's M, right? So if I filter this, now I now have information on only the male genders. We have about 209 male genders in this particular organization. Okay, so this is how we filtered for male employees in this organization. Simple. The syntax for filtering is where. You just add your where statement. So select from where. So try it as a communication. Select so and so variables from so and so table where this is this or where that is that. Okay, so for instance, let's say we want to get the married, or so let me use single this time, single employees. Okay, single employees. So from that same data, I'm now saying where what's going on here, where marital status, because it's marital status that tells us if they are married or not, or if they are single. Where marital status is single, and it's not case sensitive. Okay, so I can still use small letter s even though they are capital letters here. So you can see it's giving me information for only single employees. So we have 148 single employees in this organization. All right, so we are taking it a bit further. Let's say we want to get all the male single employees. All right, so we want to get information. So let's say information on all male or single male employees. So first off, you can see that there are two things we are looking out for here: single, which we will get from our marital status, and male, which we will get from our gender. So we have two conditions here. There are two things we are going to filter for. We are going to filter for where the gender is male, and so simply use and to join multiple conditions when you want both conditions to be true, and marital status should be married, single rather, so single. So we are saying information on all single male employees, so single and male. So it doesn't matter the order with which you put them, it's still going to work fine. So we have 111 employees that are male and are single. Of course, you can find that here, that are male and that are single. Okay, so that's how you join it. That's how you join multiple conditions when you want both of them to be true. So this information gives us only employees that are both male and also single. Okay, so how about if we want ladies or want information on employees, on female employees, or married employees. And it seems like as though I'm using only, okay, so let's take this: female employees or base rates above 50. Okay, base rate above 50. So these are statements, but we are saying we want when they are females and their base rate is above 50, or their base rate is above 50. Now this time around we are saying give us information on female employees. Even though they are not female employees, also give us information for people that their base rate is above 50. So it means that any of these conditions, when any of these conditions is true, give me that row of data. So where gender is female, and the reason why we are quoting F is because it's a string. That's why we are quoting it. Okay, for numerical variables like base rate, we don't have to quote them because they are numeric, they are numbers. Okay, so we say base rate greater than 50, and we said or, not and this time around, because we want it to be true when they are either females or their base rate is above 50. So we can have, you can see females, and for most of these females, their base rate is not greater than 50. However, if there's a male here, and this male is only on this list because his base rate is above 50. Are we good? So any male that appears in this list is because his base rate is above 50. And any base rate that is less than 50 that appears in this list is because that person is a female. So the condition we put here is for when either of these conditions are true. Are we good? Okay. So we can also do this for dates in date variables as well. So maybe we want to see all those where there are higher dates. So in subsequent videos, I'm now going to teach us date manipulations, all right? How to extract day, how to extract month, how to extract weekday, so you can do better query. And I'll show you certain limitations when that exists there in some of these where and other by statements, okay? So where higher date is greater than, so let's say 2009 01, so 1st of January 2009. Now for dates as well, you also have to include them in quotes. So you can see there are higher dates for these persons. So these are the persons that were hired beyond 2009. So from 2009 to current date, these were the persons that have been hired by the organization. Okay, so you can also filter for numeric variables alone, right? It depends on what you want to do. So this is how filtering works. This is how filtering works. Another thing you can filter is maybe you want to see, assuming we don't have first name and last name separate, we have this data like this. Okay, we want to see employees that have John in their first name, employees with John in first name. Okay, so we're going to say where full name full name. Oh, good. Where full name, like, and we want to see the ones that have John in their first name. So this is John, right? They have John in their name. Okay, that's what we're looking for. So whether it's John, Johnson, and so on and so forth, anywhere that there is a John in that name, we want to filter for those guys. So we are going to say like percentage before John and percentage after John. Okay, now something is about to happen here. You can see full name is giving us an error, right? And the reason why full name is flagging an error is because full name doesn't exist yet for the where statement. When we're working on the other by statement, it seemed to have worked, but not with the full name, not with the filtering. Because, so let me show you. The reason is because what it still recognizes are these variables, not full name yet. So if I run this, if I run this, it tells me invalid column name, full name. Okay, so what I have to do is I have to specify the original variable names that I'm using to generate this. Okay, so if I do this, this should work very well. So now I have the names of people that have John in their name. Okay, if I want to see the names of, so these are employees with John in their names, rather in their names. What if I want to see, those that start, only those that start with John. So I don't want to see something like Johnson, right? I want to see employees that names start with John. So I'm only going to put this percentage sign after John, because what the percentage means is any number of characters before John or any number of characters after John, including 0. Okay, so it's going to check anywhere it finds this string of text in that particular variable we created. But now what I'm saying is I don't want anything to be before John, but any other thing can be after John. So if I do this, it gives me for only those that start with John. I hope that makes sense to us. Okay, if I want to see so that name starts with John, maybe we have those guys that are Johnsons. Okay, and I want to see employees that names end with John, employees that their name ends with John. So what I'll be doing is I'll put the percentage sign before John. Now I don't think there was any person that met that criteria, so there was nobody. Okay, but I saw some guys that their names ended with Johnson. So maybe I want to see all those that had John and then with any 3 number of characters after them. For example, I want, so I have 3 underscores. This is going to give me information for those people that their names end with John, and any 3 number of characters after John. So you have John Sin, S-O-N. Alright, let's see something. Let me run this and see if maybe there is another. So this video is taking a bit longer. I'll soon be done. Let's see. I just want to show us what I mean, just to make some more sense. Okay, most of these names are very foreign. Okay, so let me just say maybe something like Dan. Okay, how many persons? Let's see, are there people that have? Remember, it's also not case sensitive. Okay, so we have just okay. So we have Danny. We have Mercadani. Okay, so just in case I want to filter those that have that their names end with Danny, one character that has an extra character after the Dan. Okay, I'm going to say underscore. So it's going to look for any number of characters before Dan, but only one character after Dan in that name. So it should give us only Medani. Are we good? So that's how we filter items, especially for text variables. Okay. So in our next video, we'll begin to take it a bit higher. For instance, we've done only for filtering here. Next video will show us how to join filtering and ordering and perform some more text functions. See you.